I just also want to add that that actually a lot of people here, when you say it affected them directly, it was not direct in the sense of my home, my backyard. It was my city, my space, my street to walk on. So many of these people actually said it's about commons. It's about the loss of commons. For us, trees are commons, parks are commons. So this sort of this kind of identification with the larger space as a commons as mine is, I think, actually that's a very interesting thing in this.
So is the pavement.
Yeah.
So is the pavement.
Yeah.
So when you say they're networked, how exactly are they networked with, say, the vendors associations or the street workers association? How are they networked with these environment groups, so to say? Because it's not as if that kind of a lot of times they're standing together, and I don't see them actually standing together. Do they stand together?
Yeah. They do protest together. No, the network is not that strong, but there are a few groups that have come up in Bangalore. Hasiru Usuru, which is this thing called Green is Life, and ESG, Environment Support Group, and Vinay, who was actually a software techie at one point. He's the first activist that we see who's typing on I don't know, I can't identify him for you, but you see he works at ALF now. So he was a software techie. Then he got into this because he was interested in environmental issues. And then after that, he saw the connectedness of everything. So then he started working with street workers and with vendors. And so he's now actually with power karmikas and with street vendors. So he now actually, he's a lawyer, I think. He must have finished his degree now. He works at ALF. So he's been fighting full time now. But also many of them did protest because the metro and road widening does affect everyone. So they found advantage in coming together to protest. And in that the largest protest that you see, there were many people, from street vendors to people from Avenue Road to Malini, for instance, who, like you said, would not have come out into the protest but for the fact that she was losing her home, the lady that lovely home. So like that, there were really all kinds of people there protesting.
That way, I must say, your characters are so beautifully etched that, each of them you recount and one knows, and one knows them by name, and that's so beautifully done, I must say, very skillfully done. So you don't have to tell us; you just say the names, and we know who those characters are. That's so rare at the end of such a city film, because it's generally a city film. You've tried to incorporate so many people across the classes.
Yeah, that's
Actually, the question I was going to ask has already been pre-shadowed by this discussion that you guys were having, Mamta and Gautam and Usha. I was wondering whether it was the work of the film to actually look at what seemed to me, at least while watching the film, to be disparate resistances of the Paurakarmikas, of the vendors, of the people against the widening of the road, of the people against the metro. There seemed to be distinct and different kind of resistances, which did not seem to kind of talk to each other while they were happening, but the film seemed to want to make a series of connections. Or is it, in fact, from what you guys were just talking, that in fact these resistances are networked with each other, and they seem to be able to see how the widening of a road is the same as the making of a metro, is the same as Hawker's policy that is being implemented, is the same as the minimum wage not being kind of struck too. Now, is there a way that the film is trying to address this ambition, or is it actually some way of strategizing and working against the Bangalore Municipal Corporation or whatever?
So firstly, you do see them in the same space, in many scenes, and you see the same activists working with different groups of people. So Vinay, for instance, you see him working with the street vendors. You see him at the BBMP office, and earlier he's actually with the environmental group I mean, he is with us, Hasiru Usuru, which is just a loose collection of individuals. I don't know if it's even registered. But he's protesting the cutting of trees on Nanda Road. Then later you see him with the street vendors. Balan, who's the trade union leader who works with Paurak Karmikas, he works with all kinds of groups. He helps to organize people to come together and protest. Contract labor. And who else? Vijay also with Avenue Road, the traders. So, bringing the Avenue Road traders and the Paurak Karmikas and the street vendors and people like Malini. There were lots of people, upper middle class people who were losing their homes, and many of them were there at that large protest actually. Then just generally people who were concerned about the cutting of trees, which there were 40,000 trees to be cut in Bangalore. And then the heritage, the people who are concerned about Bangalore's little heritage that we have left being torn down, like Satya Prakash and that Rupa. So Rupa is not part of this group. So we also haven't used her we haven't in the film identified as being part of this protesting group, but Satya Prakash, Satya, you see him in Alsur, whom you probably know actually. So he's very much also, part of that group. So.